What's up YouTube, Spartan XV here, bringing y'all a quick video, an update on my current gun collection. I haven't done one of these since like 2017 and it's changed quite a bit, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. So here you go guys, here's the updated gun collection. As you can see, I've added quite a few. I've been really excited to make this video for you guys. I've been always wanting to update my last video and kind of let y'all know which guns have left, which guns stayed, which ones were added. Obviously, quite a few were added. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. I'm not going to spend too much time on each gun because if I did, this would be a horrendously long video and we don't want that. So let's go to the tabletop. Okay, so we're going to start with the pistols and we're going to start with 22s. So up first, Smith & Wesson Model 22A, 22 long rifle, 10 round magazine. Had this for a while, not my favorite. I picked up a Ruger. I definitely think the Rugers are better. Eventually I'll get the Smith & Wesson Victory, but not yet. Alright, next up, Ruger Mark III 2245, another 22. Definitely like this one better than the Smith & Wesson. If you're looking for a 22, your first gun, couldn't recommend this one more. Next up, another 22. Got a Heritage Rough Rider 22 long rifle, single action revolver. Definitely another good first gun, or if you're looking to train someone or teach someone about gun safety, this is a solid gun to get. So moving into the classics, we got a Bulgarian Makarov chambered in 9x18 or 9mm Makarov. Definitely one of my cooler old guns. Love the fact that it has the Bakelite grips and the red safety. Highly recommend this one if you can get your hands on one. Continuing with the classic theme, here is my Topher. It's a Yugoslavian one, made in the Zastava plant, 7.62mm. Haven't gotten a chance to shoot this one yet, but from what I've heard, they're actually pretty sweet shooters, especially for how old they are. Alright, so now we're moving into my bigger revolvers. Here we have a Taurus Raging Bull, chambered in 454 Cazul. Definitely a massive handgun, super heavy, very, very nice shooter. If y'all want to see a video of this, let me know down in the comments. Up next, another revolver, Smith & Wesson 629 44 Magnum. It's a 6-shot 44 mag with the tallow grips, the wooden ones. So not the most comfortable shooter with the wood grips. It definitely stings the hand, but if you want it to look the part, this one definitely does. Highly, highly recommend Smith & Wesson revolvers. Up next, we got my first revolver. We got the Ruger GP100 in 357 Magnum. If you're looking for a first revolver, 357 Magnum is the way to go. You can shoot 38 specials. They're not that strong. Anybody can shoot those. If you want a little bit more oomph, put some 357s in here and they will kick. But this has got an amazing trigger. Super, super accurate. Really, really smooth. I cannot recommend these more. So now we're moving into the semi-autos. Here we have my CZ Shadow 2. This is my only competition grade gun, or what most people consider to be a competition grade gun. This thing is a sweet shooter. Really light trigger, super heavy, so there's really not much recoil at all. But if you ever get a chance to shoot one of these, definitely do it. But just keep in mind that if you do, your other guns might not feel as great. But CZ Shadow 2, definitely one of the best out there. Up next, Ruger SR 1911, chambered in 45. Can't go wrong with this one. Definitely the best budget 1911 that I've seen. This one is right out of the box, pretty much exactly what you want it to be. Novak sights, extended safety, nice wooden grips, skeletonized trigger and hammer, all those fun things. All those things that make a 1911 look really cool. Plus, this gun has to be one of the most accurate guns in my collection, as the trigger is super sweet. No over travel, really light. Highly recommend this gun. I have over 1,000 rounds through this one and still looks brand new. Up next we have the first gun that I ever purchased, Beretta 92FS Inox, stainless steel 9mm. This honestly is one of the best guns ever made. I know there are some people who say otherwise, but as far as a first gun, if you're looking for something that can do carry, that can do home defense, can do everything under the sun, I highly recommend the Beretta 92 or the M9. Up next, FNX 40. This one right here is my only 40 that I have left. All my other 40 Smith & Wessons have been sold, as honestly, in my opinion, the 40 is a dying caliber, but super great grip on these. Very good shooter. Of course, hammer fired. I prefer hammers over strikers. That's why I got rid of my FNS 40 and ended up getting an FNX. But this one is gonna be my last 40. I don't think I'll ever get another 40 after this one. Right after that, we have its big brother, the FNX 45. This one right here is an awesome shooter. This is just a massive handgun. Yes, there are bigger, but this one is definitely something that I would say is good for duty use and all that stuff. It has been replaced with the newer version, so if you can get your hands on one of these for cheap, definitely recommend it. Up next, CZ SP01 Tactical. So this one is suppressor height sights, night sights, threaded barrel. I got a TLR1 HL 1000 lumen light on there. This is the gun that sits in my nightstand and hopefully never have to use it, but this is the one that I trust. Definitely a great gun all around. Up next, another Beretta, the Beretta M9A3. This one was submitted to the military, instantly rejected as they wanted to go with a more modular handgun. But after I saw it, I knew I had to have it. I love my Beretta 92, so it seemed natural to upgrade to the M9A3. Eventually I do want to get the 92X, so that one's coming soon, whenever the wife lets me. But definitely awesome gun. Up next we have the first loser of the military handgun trials, the Glock 19X. Haven't gotten a chance to shoot this one yet. This one is still brand new. I'm definitely looking forward to making some videos with this gun, so if you want to see this more, let me know down in the comments. Up next we have the winner of the military trials for the new handgun, the SIG M17, and this one is the commemorative version that has the coyote tan like parts or hardware. This one is limited edition 1 out of 5,000. Has not been shot, and honestly at this point, seeing how much these go for, I don't know if I will ever shoot this one. I might just buy another M18 maybe, just so I can shoot that one instead. Have one a shooter, one of them sort of a safe queen. But this will probably end up being my only gun that I leave unfired. Then the last pistol, but definitely not least, the SIG P365XL. This is my carry gun. This is the gun that goes everywhere with me. This is the gun that I trust my life to every day. As of right now, I got pretty close to 1,000 rounds through it, and I love this gun. If you were thinking about picking one of these up for concealed carry, I highly recommend it. You cannot go wrong. Alright, so now for the rifles, we're going to have to go handheld on these. Here we have the Ruger 1022 stainless. If you're looking for a 22 rifle, can't go wrong with the Ruger, especially with the BX25 mags. Up next we have the SIG 522. Another 22, but this is my more tactical 22. They are discontinued, but if you ever get a chance to find one of these, or if you find one at a local gun store, definitely recommend picking it up because it's just super fun to shoot. Up next we have the SIG 556R. chambered in 7.62 by 39. Has the old school SIG red dot sight up there that it came with originally. This thing is awesome. Really fun shooter, and surprisingly, it's actually been really reliable. The SIG back in the day had a really iffy quality control, but I guess I got one of the good ones. Up next, we got a CZ-VZ58, chambered in 7.62 by 39 as well. Definitely a cool gun. All milled receiver. Really awesome. Unfortunately, this one has the compliant stock on it. Eventually, I do want to switch it out for the wooden stock and handguard, but that'll come later. Up next, we have my first rifle, the Ruger AR556. Right now, it just has a cheap Chinese Amazon red dot sight that I was testing out, but I already have a red dot to go up there to replace that one. But all around, if you're looking for a budget AR, the Ruger AR556 is a really good buy. Up next, we have the Armory AR180B. The B is for the polymer receiver. The regular AR180 comes with a steel receiver, but overall this gun is actually really fun, and it's just more of a collector's piece. Up next, we got the H&K 93, or the C93 from Century Arms. This one's actually pretty interesting. This one is made off of a German parts kit on a Century Arms receiver manufactured by PTR with the help from, I believe it was Bud's Gun Shop a couple years ago. So this is actually a pretty interesting gun. Up next, we got the C308. I did get a Spanish set me wood stock and handguard and switched the furniture out on this one, but other than that, it is completely stock. Kicks a hell of a lot harder than an AR-15, but it's an awesome gun. Highly recommend it. Up next, we got my IWI TVorg chambered in 5.56. This one right now is set up to be my home defense gun. We do have a Streamlight 1000 lumen light over there, Vortex strike fire red dot, and a sling on here. This one pretty much stays under the bed and is ready to go at any time, although right now it is unloaded. Next, we got the IWI Galil Ace in 7.62 by 51 or 308. This one is probably my favorite 308 in my collection, and it's just a super smooth gun. Not much recoil thanks to a massive brake on the front and a super heavy construction. This is an awesome one if y'all ever get a chance to shoot one. Highly recommend it. Up next, we got the Century Arms RAS-47 with Magpul furniture, chambered in 7.62 by 39. Right now it's rocking an RK1 grip from Russia. Those of you who play Escape from Tarkov will recognize that, but that's just there temporarily. Eventually, I need to find a permanent home for that grip. Okay, up next we got the Beretta ARX 100, chambered in 5.56. This one has a Spark 2 red dot sight on there, a Vortex Spark 2. Definitely one of the more unique guns in my collection. Up next, we got the H&R Auto 12 gauge. One of my earlier guns that I ever purchased, but it's still here in the collection. Definitely the next one on the chopping block. Don't know what I'm going to replace it with yet, as I already have arguably the best auto shotgun out there. Speaking of the best auto shotgun out there, the Benelli M4 H2O titanium Cerakote. This thing is awesome. If you want an auto 12 gauge, look no further. The only bad side about this is it's imported from Italy, so 5-round magazine tube. In order to extend it to the 7-round, you have to maintain 922R compliance, switching parts out on the inside, buy a really expensive magazine tube, and switch out the stock to the stock that it's supposed to have, the tactical stock. By the time you do that, you spend another $700, but Definitely worth it. Can't wait till I actually get around to doing that, because as most of you know, the Benelli looks a lot cooler than this when it's in its final form. Up next we got a classic, or one that's definitely becoming a classic, the SKS. Chambered in 7.62 by 39, the same round that the AK shoots. Used to be a super budget gun, so back then I would recommend it. Right now they're going for about 400 to 500 bucks. I don't know if I can recommend it at that price, but if you've always wanted one, go ahead, pull the trigger, get one, because they are pretty fun to shoot. Up next we got a massive rifle, also known as the Mosin Nagant, chambered in 7.62 by 54R. This one was given to me by my wife as a Christmas gift, so this one will definitely stay in the collection forever. Up next we have one of my favorite guns in my collection. It's the Steyr AUG in Arctic White. Right now repping a 40 round magazine from Steyr. Got a Romeo 3 up top, which I do need to switch out as that QD mount does get in the way of the charging handle. But this is just an awesome gun. This is one that you see in every movie, every video game. Easily a timeless design, as in this is a 40-year-old design, but it still looks futuristic to this day. Honestly, this is one of my grail guns, and I'm so happy I got it. Up next, we got the ATi Galileo, Galil clone, built off of a Galil parts kit with an American-made receiver. Of course, I had to go with the wooden handguard version. I added the bipod later on to complete the look. Definitely awesome gun. Haven't gotten a chance to shoot it yet, so let me know in the comments if y'all want to see more of this one, and eventually see a review on whether or not the ATi Galileo is a good buy. Here we got the PTR 9CT, a 9mm MP5 clone with the SB Tactical Collapsing Brace and a SIG Romeo MSR. Can't wait to do a video on this one. A full review is coming later on in the channel, so stay tuned. Up next we got the Grand Power Strybog, 9mm SMG type gun with a tail hook brace and a Hollow Sun 403 red dot on there. Awesome little sub gun if you're looking for something to just throw in your truck or use for home defense. Highly recommend it. Last but not least, we have the FN PS90. This gun is another one of my grail guns. Chambered in 5.7 by 28. It has a 50 round mag that goes right up there on top. Got a Hollow Sun HS507C on a low profile mount. Couldn't recommend this gun more if you play any games like Call of Duty and stuff like that. You already know what it is. Definitely one of the most iconic guns out there. And honestly, probably my favorite gun in my whole collection. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in for another video. That completes my updated gun collection. If there's any guns in here that y'all want to see a video of, let me know. And I'll do my best to make that video. If you want a full review, also let me know. I'll do my best to make that as well. Although ammo prices are kind of crazy right now. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Bye.